G'day guys, welcome back to another video. So there's an old saying, right? If you're good at something, don't do it for free. And I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're pretty good at Rubik's Cubes. So I've been doing Rubik's Cubes for quite a while, and I've tried a lot of ventures in the sort of community. And I've come across sort of ways that you can actually make money off this skill that you have. A lot of people do say to me, that's such a useless skill, why do you bother, learning new algorithms, solving in 10 seconds, when I'm not even gonna get any world records or anything like that. It kind of comes down to a few things. So in this video, I'm actually going to explain a few ways that you can actually make money. In the past, I made a video called Why There's No Money in Speedcubing, and I still stand by that. However, there is ways that you can actually make money, and I'm going to explain that. Now, first of all, there's kind of the obvious that a lot of people, think of, and that's either sponsorships, YouTube, TikTok, content creation. I don't make a lot, but ad revenue is a real thing, and I do get a small portion of that revenue from my YouTube videos. It's the same thing with TikTok. I know there's a creator ad thing that's going on over there. I don't really do TikTok. But the good thing about YouTube is that they're also bringing in revenue for shorts, which I've seen there's a lot of shorts channels that focus on Rubik's cubing. But YouTube videos, sure, if you get enough views, you can make a bit of money. Again, sponsorships, unless you're really, really good, making actual money from sponsorships can be quite tricky. Daily Puzzles, they're my sponsor, shout out. Use code NOBLE at checkout for 5% off. But essentially, if I want, they will give me a cube. I kind of get paid in cubes, it's kind of how it goes. And I like to wear their merch, just sort of, to keep their brand. Daily Puzzles is a great company, and I stand by that even if I wasn't sponsored by them. They're so supportive to the community, and they also help a lot of creators like me. You probably already know all that. Those are kind of the main ways. There's a few ways to make revenue that are a little bit tangent. So I'm going to talk about two ways. The first way is my main job, which if you didn't know, I'm a graphic designer, and I'm going to explain how I actually got that through speedcubing. But the first way is actually just merch. And now this might sound like, just t-shirts and whatever. You can actually use your skill to either sell maybe courses, potentially. There's a lot of courses on Etsy, on Fiverr, that sort of thing. I've kind of tried a little bit and I've got kind of successful. But if you have a skill also tangent to Rubik's cubing, say videography or art or graphics or whatever, you can use that to your advantage. Selling posters with Rubik's Cube art where the community is already involved in that sort of thing, they might want to buy some, they might want to support you. And that's kind of how I came to get my job. So while I was in university, I was doing freelance design, and a lot of my clients where I was making logos for people were speedcubers. I had a little bit of a platform on Instagram, so I'd promote my services there. And word of mouth came through that I was kind of known as the designer kind of speedcuber guy, which is pretty cool. I had people all over the world giving me designs. Yeah, I wasn't making much from that, but that built up my portfolio where I had enough that Speedcube Australia asked me to design some things for them. So they approached me at a competition. They asked if I wanted to make some logos for their competitions and their services and their upcoming events that they were having. And of course I said yeah. And that added to my portfolio. And eventually, that kind of got me a job. I actually made a few pamphlets for Diansheng, the cube company. I made some for their dinosaur puzzles and their ball puzzles, and it kind of gathered a bit of traction from there. Which brings me to an interesting point where communities like this kind of like helping the community. People who are in that sort of area want to help people who they know or have similar interests in them. So even if they were asking for designs or logos that weren't even cubing related, they still know me because they've heard about me, they've talked to me maybe, and they know my services. And it's kind of a big thing with YouTube and that sort of thing, that people like to support people who do the same thing. So I feel like a lot of my subscribers and other people's subscribers have actually come from people in the community that want to support like-minded people. It's an interesting phenomenon which has actually come up in religious kind of things. I'm not going to go much into that, but essentially religious groups like to support the same people in that group. So if they start a YouTube channel and they say, yeah, I'm this religion, and they're the same sort of thing, they might subscribe even if they're not interested so much in their content, but they just want to support that religion. And it's really interesting. It's a lot of communities that like the same sort of thing. So use the community to your advantage to start whatever job or, freelancing or drop shipping, I don't know. If you want to start selling something, if you want to start making something, use the community, promote it in the community. You'll end up making good money over time. I mean, I always say that the way I got my full-time graphic design job that I have right now is because of the Cubie community, because of the work that I got from the community, where it was freelance or Speedcube Australia or anything like that, because they genuinely helped me out. So anyway, I hope this was delightful, and you know, try and get out there, promote your stuff to the community and see what happens. Maybe something really good will happen, who knows. But anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.